Hey everybody, and welcome back to Destination Lab. Today we're looking at common mistakes people make when traveling Europe and what pitfalls to avoid before heading out on your adventure. Make sure to watch until the end, where we share the most common mistakes of all. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button to help us provide you with more valuable and entertaining traveling tips, and do turn on the notifications so you don't miss any upcoming videos. Now, let's get straight into it. Europe, with its rich tapestry of cultures, historical landmarks, and stunning landscapes, is a dream destination for many travelers. From the romantic streets of Paris to the ancient ruins of Rome, the continent offers a diverse array of experiences that cater to every type of wanderer. However, as enchanting as Europe can be, it's also a place where unprepared travelers can easily stumble into avoidable mistakes that can turn a dream vacation into a frustrating ordeal. Whether you're a first-time visitor or a seasoned traveler, navigating Europe's varied cultures, languages, and customs can be challenging. A lack of knowledge or poor planning can lead to unnecessary stress, unexpected expenses, and missed opportunities. This video aims to guide you through some of the most common mistakes travelers make when visiting Europe and offers practical advice on how to avoid them. By being aware of these pitfalls, you can focus on enjoying your journey, soaking up the history, savoring the cuisine, and fully immersing yourself in all that Europe has to offer. So before you pack your bags and head to the airport, take a few minutes and get through these tips. Your future self will thank you for it. One of the most common mistakes travelers make when embarking on a European adventure is overpacking. With so many incredible destinations to explore, it is tempting to prepare for every possible scenario by cramming your suitcase with outfits, shoes, and accessories. However, overpacking can quickly become a burden, especially in Europe, where you'll likely be navigating cobblestone streets, climbing stairs in historic buildings, and hopping on and off trains. Packing light is essential for a smoother and more enjoyable travel experience. European cities, particularly the older ones, often lack elevators in their charming but ancient hotels, and the narrow streets and public transportation systems aren't really designed for large, unwieldy luggage. By limiting yourself to a carry-on or a small suitcase, you'll save yourself the hassle of dragging heavy bags over uneven terrain and up countless flights of stairs. To pack smart, focus on versatile clothing that can be mixed and matched. Choose lightweight, wrinkle-resistant fabrics that can be layered for warmth. Stick to a neutral color palette to make coordinating outfits easier, and limit yourself to 1 or 2 pairs of comfortable shoes. Packing cubes can be a lifesaver for keeping everything organized and maximizing space. Remember, Europe is home to countless shopping opportunities. If you find that you're missing something, it's easy to pick up an extra sweater or a stylish scarf along the way. Packing light not only saves your bag and your time, but also leaves room in your suitcase for the treasures that you're sure to find on your travels. Another major mistake that travelers often make in Europe is ignoring local customs and etiquette. While the continent may seem relatively familiar due to its global influences, each country, and sometimes even each region, has its very own unique set of cultural norms. Failing to respect these can lead to uncomfortable situations, or even worse, can offend the locals. For instance, in many European countries, tipping practices differ significantly from those in the United States. While tipping is appreciated, it's often much more modest, and in some places, it's not expected at all. Over-tipping can be seen as unnecessary, while under-tipping in places where it is customary might come across as rude. Dress codes can also vary widely. In some southern European countries, dressing conservatively is important when visiting religious sites. In Italy, for instance, you may be denied entry to churches if your shoulders or knees are not covered. Being aware of these expectations not only shows respect, but also helps you blend in and avoid unwanted attention. Learning a few basic phrases in the local language, like please, thank you, or excuse me, can go a long way in showing respect and goodwill. Even if you're not fluent, making an effort is often appreciated and can open doors to more authentic experiences. Taking the time to research and understand local customs before your trip can significantly enhance your experience. By respecting the local culture, you'll not only avoid unintentional faux pas, but also enrich your interactions with the people and places you encounter. Transportation across Europe is efficient and widely accessible, but failing to plan your transportation in advance can lead to unnecessary stress, higher costs, and even missed connections. With a bit of foresight, you can navigate Europe's extensive network of trains, buses, and flights smoothly and enjoyably. One of the most common mistakes travelers make is assuming that they can book transportation at the last minute. While this might work in some cases, particularly in the off-season, it's a risky approach, especially for popular routes and during peak travel times. Train tickets, for example, often sell out quickly, and last-minute fares can be significantly more expensive. By booking your transportation ahead of time, you can secure better prices and guarantee your spot on a preferred route. Understanding the nuances of European transportation systems is also crucial. For example, in many countries, you need to validate your train or bus ticket before boarding, usually by stamping it in a machine on the platform. Failing to do so can result in hefty fines, as ticket inspectors are common and they are often quite strict. Additionally, public transportation zones can be confusing, particularly in large cities with multiple zones, so make sure you understand the fare system to avoid overpaying or underpaying. Finally, familiarize yourself with the different types of transportation passes available, such as Eurail passes, city cards, or multi-trip tickets. These can offer significant savings and convenience, especially if you plan to travel frequently within a short period. Planning your transportation in advance not only saves you money, but also ensures a smoother and more enjoyable journey, allowing you to focus on exploring rather than worrying about logistics. Next, overlooking travel insurance. Travel insurance is often seen as an unnecessary expense, especially for those who consider themselves seasoned travelers or who are planning a short trip. However, overlooking travel insurance when traveling in Europe can be a costly mistake that can turn even the most well-planned trip into a financial nightmare. Many travelers assume that because Europe is generally safe and has excellent healthcare, they can skip insurance, right? However, accidents, illnesses, and unexpected disruptions can happen anywhere. Without travel insurance, you might find yourself facing steep medical bills, particularly if you need emergency care or hospitalization in a foreign country. While some countries in Europe have reciprocal healthcare agreements with certain nations, these often cover only basic care and might not apply to tourists. Moreover, travel insurance can cover costs that your home country insurance will not, such as medical evacuation, which can be extraordinarily expensive. Beyond medical coverage, travel insurance also protects against trip cancellations, delays, lost luggage, and even theft. Imagine planning a dream trip to Europe only to have it derailed by a flight cancellation or losing your luggage en route. Travel insurance can reimburse you for these losses and provide peace of mind, allowing you to enjoy your vacation without the stress of potential financial setbacks. Before purchasing a policy, be sure to read the fine print to understand what is actually covered, and choose a plan that suits your specific needs and travel plans. In the end, the small cost of travel insurance is a worthwhile investment for protecting your European adventure from unexpected mishaps. Another common mistake many travelers make when visiting Europe is mishandling currency and payment methods. While Europe is generally convenient for international visitors with widespread acceptance of credit cards and ATMs in most countries, there are still pitfalls to avoid to ensure that you get the most out of your money. One of the most frequent mistakes is using dynamic currency conversion, also known as DCC, when paying by card. DCC offers you the option to pay in your home currency rather than the local one, which might seem like a good idea. However, this convenience often comes with a hefty markup, leading to a significantly worse exchange rate than if you had paid in the local currency. Always choose to pay in the local currency to avoid these extra charges. Another mistake is not carrying any cash at all. While major cities are generally card-friendly, many smaller towns, markets, cafes and even some restaurants prefer or actually only accept cash. Additionally, credit cards might not be accepted for small purchases, or there may be a minimum spending requirement. Having a small amount of local currency on hand can save you from really awkward situations. It's also important to be aware of foreign transaction fees, which many credit cards charge for purchases made abroad. Before you travel, check with your bank or credit card provider to understand any fees that might apply. Consider using a travel-friendly credit card that offers no foreign transaction fees, or withdrawing cash from ATMs in larger amounts to minimize fees. By being mindful of these factors, you can avoid unnecessary costs and make your money go further during your European travels. One of the most significant mistakes travelers can make when planning a trip to Europe is neglecting to book accommodations in advance. While the spontaneity of finding a place to stay on the go can seem appealing, this approach can lead to unnecessary stress, limited options and higher costs, particularly during peak travel seasons. Europe is a popular destination year-round, with certain cities and regions experiencing high tourist volumes, especially in the summer months and around major holidays. In these periods, accommodations can fill up very quickly, and last-minute bookings may leave you with very few choices, often at inflated prices. You might also find yourself staying far away from the attractions that you want to visit, resulting in wasted time and money on transportation. Booking your accommodations in advance not only secures you a place to stay, but also allows you to carefully choose the type of lodging that best suits your travel style and budget. Whether you prefer the charm of a boutique hotel, the social atmosphere of a hostel perhaps, or the independence of an Airbnb, planning ahead gives you access to a wider range of options. Furthermore, booking early often comes with financial benefits. Many hotels and booking platforms offer discounts for early reservations, and you can also take advantage of free cancellation policies that allow flexibility in your plans without the risk of losing any money. By securing your accommodations before you travel, you ensure a smoother, more enjoyable trip. You'll have peace of mind knowing where you'll be staying each night, freeing your focus on exploring and enjoying your European adventure. One of the most overlooked but critical aspects of a successful trip to Europe is thorough travel research. While it might be tempting to just wing it and discover things as you go, this approach can lead to missed opportunities, avoidable frustrations, and lackluster experience. Skipping travel research is a mistake that can easily turn an exciting adventure into a string of preventable mishaps. Europe is rich in history, rich in culture and attractions, and each destination has its own unique characteristics, local customs, and of course hidden gems. Without the adequate research, you might miss out on experiencing the best that each location has to offer. For instance, knowing the best times to visit popular landmarks can help you avoid long lines and overcrowded spaces, allowing you to enjoy your visit more fully. Additionally, researching local customs and practical information such as public transportation, currency, and language basics can make your trip smoother and more enjoyable. Understanding the local etiquette like appropriate tipping practices or dress codes can prevent you from unintentionally offending locals and ensure a more respectful and immersive experience. Moreover, travel research helps you avoid common tourist traps and plan for unique experiences that align with your interests. Whether it's finding a lesser-known museum, discovering a local market, or learning about regional cuisines, a little preparation can greatly enhance your trip. Taking the time to plan and research your destinations will not only save you time and money, but also enrich your overall travel experience. With the right information at your fingertips, you'll be better equipped to make the most out of your adventure. One of the more serious mistakes a traveller can make when planning a trip to Europe is failing to be aware of the visa and entry requirements for each country on their itinerary. Europe is home to a diverse range of countries, each with its own set of rules and regulations for entry. Not understanding these requirements can lead to denied entry, hefty fines, or even being turned away at the border. For travellers from many countries, including the United States, Canada, and Australia, the Schengen zone allows for visa-free travel to 27 European countries for up to 90 days within their 180-day period. However, it's crucial to note that not all European countries are part of the Schengen zone, and different rules may apply. For instance, if you plan to visit the United Kingdom or Turkey, you may need a separate visa, and the duration of stay allowed might differ from that of Schengen countries. Another important aspect to consider is the requirements for an ETIAS, European Travel Information and Authorization System, which will soon be mandatory for visa-exempt travellers entering the Schengen zone. Failure to obtain this authorization before your trip could result in being denied boarding or entry. Additionally, it is important to ensure that your passport is valid for at least 6 months beyond your planned departure date, as many countries enforce this rule very strictly. Before you travel, thoroughly check the visa and entry requirements for every country that you plan to visit. By doing so, you'll avoid unnecessary stress and ensure a smooth journey. Next up, disregarding safety precautions. While Europe is generally safe for travellers, disregarding basic safety precautions can lead to unpleasant experiences or even serious incidents. One of the biggest mistakes travellers can make is becoming complacent, assuming that because they are in a developed, tourist-friendly region, they can let their guard down. However, like anywhere in the world, Europe has its share of risks, and being aware of these can make a significant difference in ensuring a safe and enjoyable trip. One common issue in many European cities is pickpocketing, especially in crowded areas like public transportation, tourist sites, and markets. Thieves often target distracted tourists, so it's important to stay vigilant. Keep your valuables secure, use anti-theft bags, and avoid carrying large amounts of cash or all your important documents in one place. Another safety mistake is wandering into unfamiliar or unsafe neighborhoods, particularly at night. Research your destinations beforehand to understand which areas are best avoided, and always opt for well-lit, populated routes when exploring after dark. Additionally, always be cautious when using public Wi-Fi networks, as they can be hotspots for cybercriminals looking to steal personal information from you. Consider using a VPN to protect your data when accessing sensitive information online. Lastly, it is wise to stay informed about any local safety advisories or political unrest that could affect your travel plans. Registering with your embassy and knowing the local emergency numbers can also provide an extra layer of security. By taking these precautions, you can significantly reduce the risk associated with travel and focus on enjoying the rich experiences that Europe has to offer. And finally, our number one pick, which is one of the biggest mistakes that travelers make when visiting Europe. That is trying to cram too many destinations into one single trip. With so many iconic cities, historic landmarks, and diverse cultures packed into a relatively small continent, it's very easy to fall into the trap of wanting to see it all. However, this can lead to a rushed, exhausting experience where you barely scratch the surface of what each destination has to offer. The temptation to cover multiple countries in a short period often result in spending more time on trains, planes or buses than actually exploring and enjoying the places that you visit. You may find yourself constantly packing and unpacking, checking out of hotels, and feeling the pressure to stick to a tight schedule. This kind of travel can leave you feeling more stressed than relaxed, defeating the entire purpose of your vacation. Instead of trying to visit a dozen cities in 2 weeks, consider slowing down and focusing on fewer destinations. Spend more time in each location to fully immerse yourself in the local culture, cuisine and atmosphere. You'll have the opportunity to discover hidden gems, engage with locals and experience the true essence of a place rather than just ticking off tourist attractions from a checklist. Prioritize the places that interest you the most and allow yourself the flexibility to linger if you find a spot you particularly love. By embracing slow travel, you'll create more meaningful memories and leave each destination feeling truly enriched rather than feeling hurried and overwhelmed. Many thanks for watching. Until next time, take care and I'll see you in the next video.